Welcome to my reading corner, and let's talk about books. So for my first video, I wanted to give a little introduction about who I am, kind of what I do, where I'm from, and then I want to talk about the books that I'm most excited to read in 2025. So to begin, my name is Sky. I'm from Michigan, and I've already graduated college. I have a degree, ironically, in psychology. I don't really know exactly if I want to do anything with it, if I want to go anywhere with the degree, but for now, I've just been kind of focusing on books and my Bookstagram. I will have the link in the description. I've also been working at a bookstore in this little town, Marquette. It's called Read My Lips. I'll also link their Instagram below. I've been loving it. I've been loving being able to talk to people about books and just being able to be around a good atmosphere of people. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I have a fiance, his name's Logan, and I also have a Corey, which I'm sure you'll either see or hear in this video. His name is Mojo. He's right down here, so he's the best boy ever, and we love him so very much. For this video, I wanted to give a few books that I want to really read in 2025. I would say a lot that I want to start off with is a lot of fantasy and a lot of YA fantasy. I've really been wanting to get into like the Caraval series, the Lightlark series, an Ember and the Ashes series. So hopefully I can get to those at the beginning of this year, because I know once like March or April hits, I'll want to switch to romance, and plus there's a lot of new releases I want to read too. But yeah, so an Ember and the Ashes is one of the books that I really want to read this year. I've heard it's very good, and it's a whole series. There's 4 books in the series, so hoping I can get to this soon. The next book I want to read, sorry about the sticker, I've been trying to get it off, I just can't get it off, is Curious Tides. It sounds really good, and I'm really wanting to read this. I saw it at Barnes & Noble when I went home for the holidays, and I was like, yes, absolutely have to read it. The next book I want to read, Flawless by Elsie. I really want to read the Chestnut Spring series. I have not entered my cowgirl romance era yet, but I'm hoping this year will be the year. I have always been super skeptical about it, just because I don't know, some of the cowboy romances are giving like single dad vibes, and I'm just not sure if I'm ready for that yet. But I've heard this is really good, and I have a vacation I'm taking in probably closer to the end of June. We're going to Jackson Hole for a wedding, and so I really want to read this series either before I go or while I'm out there, along with Dun and Dustin. Want to get into the cowboy vibes 100%. A lot of the romance books I do want to read in 2025, they're all coming out this year. So we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, Deep End by Allie Hazelwood, and I'm sure there's plenty of others that I'm missing, but I really want to read those. I just finished Iron Flame a couple of days ago, and I thought it was actually really good. So Fourth Wing was a huge struggle for me, just because at the time that I first read it, I was in school. So I listened to this and Fourth Wing on Audible, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the narrator did really good about picking different voices for each character so that I wasn't confused. I will say that I'm super excited for Onyx Storm. I'm eager to see where it's gonna go, but I'm nervous because I like the audiobooks, and I know they're gonna be so expensive when they come out, so still trying to figure that out. But Onyx Storm is definitely on my list for 2025. Another book I'm really excited to read this year is The 13th Child by Erin Craig. I've heard great things about this as well. I'm also stunned by this cover. Are you kidding me? So beautiful. I'm really, I don't know about you and how you like your dust jackets. I really like them unless they get really beat up, then I take them off because it's just not worth having. But this is beautiful. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I'm also interested in reading the Lightlark series this year as well. I have Lightlark and I have Nightbane as well. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet, just because I've heard great things about this book and I've heard great things about Nightbane, but I've heard some iffies about Skyshade, the new book that came out for it. So I'm not quite sure yet. This is on my TBR, but this is not a priority that I'm gonna get to. But if I am in the mood for it, I will read it. Okay, I just want to put this in here because I think it's adorable. If you like annotating and you love just like having your stuff around you, my sister-in-law got me this cute little book case that holds your book, and it also holds like all your pens and annotating stuff. I just haven't put it in here for this book yet. But Caraval, this series I am probably going to read before Onyx Storm. Either this series or just this first book. I'm still trying to think about it. But this series, I have read almost 30 pages into this and I'm already like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What's going on? I'm excited to read it. This is a 3-book series. It's Carnival, Legendary, and Finale. There is Spectacular at the end. It's more of like a novella. I think it's a Christmas novella. Not sure if I'm gonna read that just because I might get it and then read it during Christmas time next year. But this is what I'm gonna go with, and I'm super excited. And then after this, I'll probably reread Once Upon a Broken Heart, because I read that one and I didn't realize that you were supposed to read this before you read Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I'm eager to see if there's a reason, if they connect at all, or what's gonna happen. But this is also on my TBR. Another I feel like this book is not very popular, but it's a book I want to see become popular, is Throne of the Fallen. This series is going to be, because there's only 2 out right now, but it's the 7 deadly sins portrayed as princes. This first book is about envy, and the second book is about gluttony. My friend has read this book, and she says that the second one is her absolute favorite. She loved it. The first one's good. It gives a good introduction, kind of just like in the world and like about kind of where she's leading with each of these princes. So this is a book I really, really, really want to get to at some point early this year. But this is the first one, Throne of the Fallen. The second one is Throne of Secrets. So that's another one on my list. Probably the last series I will talk about in this video will be the Crescent City series. So I have read House of Earth and Blood already, and I will say I really, really, really liked it. I rated it, I think I rated it 4 stars or 4.25 stars. I can't remember which one I rated it. But I really, really enjoyed the first one. You have to push through the first 100 to 200 pages, because once you get to that point, trust me, you will love it. It's a whole different world compared to ACOTAR or to Throne of Glass, if you've read either of those series. This takes place in a modernized world. There's all different types of mythical creatures, like there's sprites, shifters, a bunch of stuff. There's 4 different houses that each of these creatures belong to. And the first book, oh my goodness, the ending was so good. I was really confused in the beginning, but you just have to push through. I feel like if she would have written about another series or very similar to ACOTAR or Throne of Glass, it would have just not hit as much as this one did. So House of Sky and Blood and House of Flame and Shadow are also on my TBR. I have read about 150 pages into this book. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've just been really struggling with trying to read it because I read Iron Flame and now I'm like, all my brain is thinking about is Onyx Storm. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, those are some of the books that I really, really, really want to read in 2025. Honorable mentions would be Phantasma, Slinger, and Quicksilver. those are also honorable mentions. I just have so many books on my bookshelves that I really, really need to read before all these new releases come out. But we'll see if that actually happens. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I appreciate all your support. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, comment any of the books that you think or that you are also interested in reading this year. Comment any books, new releases that you think I'd enjoy according to the books that I have been wanting to put on my TBR. But thank you for chatting and listening to me talk about books. I will see you soon.